Hi, my name is Debra and I am a personal and wellness coach as well as the owner of Enviable Life Coaching. First of all, I want to thank you very much for stopping by and checking out this video. You have a lot of things competing for your time and your energy, and the fact that you stopped by here and you're checking this out, that means a lot to me. So I'm going to keep it brief, and in this brief video I'm really only going to be hitting upon my background and a little bit of how I became a personal and wellness coach, as well as what Enviable Life Coaching can do to help you transform your life. So again, I want to thank you for stopping by. Now, I grew up in New York, a little bit outside of New York City in a city called Yonkers, and I grew up in a family that was intact. Mom, dad, my older sister, my younger sister, me, smack dab right in the middle. Overall, my childhood was good. My parents really tried to give us everything that they could. They worked hard, long hours. Really, we didn't want for anything. At the same time, there was some abuse in the family, and by the age of 12, I had been sexually molested by someone outside of the family. In addition, by the time I was 12, my body started growing like a lot of girls, and I started to gain weight. Now, this is a normal process, but my parents were afraid that I was going to get fat, so they took me to a doctor who put me on a 1,200 calorie diet for the day, and I couldn't eat French fries, pizza, ice cream, nothing. Everything that I loved, that any normal kid would love to eat, I was told that I couldn't eat. And I really didn't do a lot of rebelling in my family, so the way I really rebelled, the way I tried to take control, was through my food, by saying, you can't tell me what I can and cannot eat. So I began to gain weight. And by the time I was out of high school went well. By the time I got out of high school, I weighed 155, which at that time I thought was just horrible. Went into college and continued to eat that way. Wasn't really binging until probably my third year, where I really started binging. I remember one episode where I went to Market Basket in the town that I was in, and I picked up vanilla Swiss almond Haagen-Dazs ice cream, which at that point was my favorite ice cream. And I remember I was in such a binge mode that I sat in my car and I literally ate the ice cream. I let it melt a little bit, but I literally ate the ice cream with my fingers, and by just drinking it. That's how much I had started to binge. In my college years, I really didn't go out a lot with guys. I was always the best friend. Somebody that a guy could talk to, but somebody that a guy really didn't want to date, or at least that's the way it seemed to me at the point. And so I went through college. By the time I got out of college, I weighed about 170 pounds, stayed around there for a few years, and got my dream job, was really happy about that, but I wasn't happy with my body. I wasn't happy with myself, and I met a man who absolutely loved everything about the fat that I had on me. When I met him, I was 170, and what I found out about 6 months into the relationship was that he wanted me to get fatter, and I wasn't into that. I didn't want to get fatter. I was happy at 170. But I noticed that I started to gain weight. I started to eat more and more, and I started to gain weight. And I realized that I was trying to please him. And that continued, that cycle continued until I bloomed up to over 300 pounds. And I really couldn't get off the couch without pain. I couldn't walk up steps without really losing my breath. My life had really crumbled over the years, and I was a shell of a person that I was. I had lost my joy. I had lost my love for myself. Any love that I had ever had for myself, I had lost. And just my ability to trust my own instincts, just everything crumbled away. I was depressed, suicidal. I was over 300 pounds, and nothing I did could make a difference. I tried diets and they always failed, and I kept on trying them and they failed, which just made me feel worse and worse and worse about myself, because I felt, here's something really important to me and I can't even handle it. So I can't trust myself with my feelings, with who I choose to be with. I can't trust myself to even take care of myself. And everything just started to crumble away. By 1992, I had, at that point, checked myself into an eating disorder clinic, because I had started to do bulimic things. And once I realized that, when I saw that pattern starting in my life, I knew I had to stop it. And so I checked myself into an eating disorder clinic for 30 days and really found that while it was a great vacation and I came back really relaxed, it really didn't change my life. It didn't change my relationship with food, nothing. And so my life continued to tumble. And throughout the years, people had reached out to me and really tried to help me.